everyone! It is the last day of Shorty September. Actually, September continues on for another day, but because we're so ahead, I think we should give ourselves the gift of finishing early. I was having a hard time deciding what my final book should be, okay? Because I don't want to finish on like a meh, you know? I want to finish on quite good book, but also I need to have something that has the potential for an audiobook because girls gotta clean today. Girls gotta go to the library, draw some books, get some new books, okay? Girls gotta pay her bills. And all this has to be going on while we're digesting a book. So I cut it down to 4 books that I thought were going to be amazing, but also had the potential for an audiobook. And I got some feedback, okay? The people of the booktubes, the people of the internets, okay? You've given me your wisdom. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go with Sleep Donation by Karen Russell. Okay, so I've been reading this morning and I'm on chapter 2, right? And what we've got so far is none too distant future, right? A plague on America, but it's a sleep plague. It's like an insomnia / nightmares plague. So it's like less like a pathogen or like a virus or whatever, and more like a mass psychosis, okay? So people are having a hard time sleeping and they go sort of like whole weeks and then they just have heart attacks. Like their body's unable to cope with the lack of sleep. So they have these sleep centers which have discovered that you can do sleep donations where people who have like uncorrupted sleep, like namely children and babies and stuff like that, like some adults but mainly just kids, where they donate their sleep to the sleep center and then the sleep center can like inject that sleep into someone else, and it's like 34% of people are then just cured of their sort of insomnia illness, but some people just need it like regular injections, you know, like that thing where you have to go to the hospital all the time to have your blood cleaned and stuff like that. And some people don't respond at all. They just have the injection and then they just continue on being insomniacs and die. At the minute, they've found this one baby who's like a universal donor baby. So there's literally nothing corrupting this baby's sleep. It's like heaven sleep and it exists nowhere else. And they're testing it and they're trying to get more of it. They've like done loads of donation draws off this baby, and the baby's only like 6 months old or something like that. And now the dad of the baby's like, I don't like it. Like, what's it doing to the baby? Like, he was like a bit wobbly to begin with, and like siding the baby over for these like donations. So he's like, he wants to pull out, and everyone's like, shit. And that's where we are at the minute. So I guess I'm getting up and I'm getting dressed because I got a lot of shit to do. So maybe like 5 minutes, like 5 minutes nap. Like if I set my alarm, like just 5 minutes, I think maybe that'll be okay. Okay, so I'm coming up on about 1/5 of the book left, right? And I'm really liking it. But now that there's only 1/5 of the book left, I'm starting to get my like feeling again that it's not gonna end in the way I want. It's not gonna wrap it up. Okay, but so far it's getting really interesting. We've got this woman who works for this like sleep corps, you know, the people who sort of go around and try to get people to donate and then collect the donations of the sleep. And she's like sort of wobbly in her conviction. Like she didn't used to be wobbly in her conviction. She has a sister who died of this sort of like sleeping thing, and she said it's horrific and she's haunted by sort of like memories of her last days. But she's now sort of starting to question like the program itself, like the company itself, sort of their aims. And like they always sort of say to the people, it's definitely safe, like, you know, we know loads about this, we do loads of like research on this, when they actually really don't know. They're just sort of like, yes, it's definitely safe, when they're not really sure. So she's, you know, wobbly in her conviction now, which is interesting. But again, I feel like there's not enough space left in the book for it to end nicely. We're not quite finished with this book just yet, but I think we should pretend like we're finished just for the minute so that we can do an analysis and like a wrap up of all of our like Shorty September books. Shall we? Shall we have a look at them now? Also, we're gonna do this now because loads of them are library books and I've got to go to the library now. I've got to take them back. So we're just jumping the gun slightly by 1/5 of a book. Inshallah. Here are all of the books that we have read for Shorty September, minus a few audiobooks. Like, I'll put those up. Ones that I only have an audiobook and don't actually have in physical book of them, I think these were my favourite. 3 Elegies for Kosovo, Below for the Station, and Moon of the Crusted Snow. But there were other 5-star books, so these were just like 5-star plus, you know? Okay, so then the 5-star ones, I loved all of my graphic novels I did this month. They were all banging. But then also, okay, I'm like, you know, potentially divisive opinion here. This one as well, okay, just because it was a riot. It was funny as F. I did not expect anything that was in here, and even though it was a terrible book, as a 5-star experience, okay? But then also, there was one audiobook that was a 5-star audiobook for me. Also, I've put that one up. Those are the 5-star books, okay? That's a pretty good run. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 out of 31 books. That's pretty good. Okay, the ones I ended up not really loving were these ones. But I think Kathy Acker, I'm going to try her again with something else. Fleer Davids, I think I still like, I have to think about that. Richard Brautigan, I've bought another one of his, one I think I'll like better, so I'm going to give that one another go. And I think, you know, the rest of them, they weren't so bad. Like, I didn't have any terrible books, like no really 2-star books. I think I did DNF 1, but I can't remember which one it is. But overall, like, for 3-star to be like the lowest rating, you know, I think that was good. That was class. And also, like, luckily, the vast majority of the books that I read this month were 4 stars. So, like, you know, not the best read of my life, but still, like, really enjoyable, really good reads. Also, there's 4 audiobooks as well. That were 4 stars. I'll put them up by here, maybe. I don't know. We'll see what happens. It's a bit of a mess. Like, and to be fair, now that I'm thinking about some of these, like, my sort of, like, having digested them over time, I'm feeling like some of them, maybe I might bump them up to 5-star. Like, maybe Morven Color. I really enjoyed that one, actually. And I'm sort of looking at the rest of them going, maybe I enjoyed that one more than them. Also, maybe Small Things Like These. Maybe a 5-star. Like, I don't know, I might sort of bump those ones up and keep those as 4s. Don't know, it's all a bit wobbly. For Sleep Donation, I'm currently here on it. If it ends well, it might be a 5-star book because I am really enjoying it. If it ends like I secretly think it will do, it's probably going to drop it down to either a 4 or a 3, depending on how disappointing the ending is, but we'll see. Okay, I have to go to the library now because all of these books are library books and they're due. I also have to pick up some other books that I want to get for October. And then maybe we could have, like, you know, a late October TBR chat. Maybe. Just light. Okay, I have finished it, and I'm going to say that I liked the premise, I liked the characters, I liked the idea of it. Also, there's like sort of like illustration pops in here, like dark ones, just sort of random at intervals that I really enjoyed. Like, you think as grown-ups we don't need pictures in our books anymore, but I feel like that's shit, and more grown-up books should just have the illustrations. They're a dying art in adult books, I think, and I'm for them. Also, there's like this sort of extra thing at the back, which is like active nightmare outbreaks. So it's like a sort of, I don't know, fake guide to these like nightmare like infestation centers or whatever, and then like it's what the dream is about. Like, you know, beware if your dreams have any of these elements, you know, like 6 waddled turkeys assessing you from the jury box, you know, unzipping a body bag and staring into your own blue face, stuff like that. Or like new plague dreams from the Midwest or whatever. So I really liked that. I really liked the idea of this. I liked how it was set up. However, the damn ending, friends, I knew that it wasn't going to end in a way that I wanted. Okay, the ending, I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say the ending pretty sucks, okay? It sucks big, hairy balls. It's not good, okay? I didn't like it. I liked where it was going, okay? And then it just ended there. So if it maybe went on for a bit long, I don't know. I don't even know if something can fix it, but I do not like the ending. Giving this book 3 stars. Just, that was my toast. Giving this book 3 stars, okay? Which is stupid because I did not want to end on a 3-star book. But it's just the ending that let it down. Maybe 4 stars. I'll give it 4 stars. Like, just to be, you know, we deserve to end on a 4-star book. And it was just the ending that didn't quite sit. The rest of it was great. We'll go 4 stars, shall we? Okay, so I got absolutely friggin' loads of books at the library today. I want to get more of them, and I hate when it says that, you know, online or whatever, that it's in the library and it's in this section. You go there and it's not there. Like, I'm looking at it, it says right here that it's here, friend. You know, where's it to? Is it walking around with someone right now? I mean, it's possible, but I don't see anyone. I think they've just misplaced that shit. Which is unfortunate. But I did get really amazing ones for both me and for Anwen for October. Spooky season, bitches! I'm down! And some of them are shorties because I'm just in the zone now. I'm in the shorty zone, want to carry it on. But I think I'm definitely going to be more chill about my October reading. Like, I'm going to have a shiz ton of books I can choose from. But if I just read 2 of those, whatever, you know? We're easy. We live this life in the way we want. Shall we talk about them now? Should I get them now? Let's talk about them now. Okay, we have 2 whole bags of library books. One for me, one for the Spud. Spud's books first. Hazardous Tales. It's the next one. I read the Donner Party one. This is the next one in the series. I ordered it, but I don't know where it's not come yet. Like, it's late or whatever. So, got it from the library. Brain Camp by Susan Kim, Lawrence Clavin, Faith Erin Hicks, who I love. It's apparently like a creepy sort of one about kids who go to science camp. Vanishing of Aveline Jones by Phil Hicks. This one I put on Anwen's card because I got it in the kids section with all the other kids stuff, but it's for me. There's 2 other ones that come before this. The Haunting of Aveline Jones and The Bewitching of Aveline Jones. I've read both of those and they were delightful. It's about a young girl who solves little supernatural mysteries. What? Making Friends? Another sort of graphic-y novel type thing. I don't know, it just looked cute. Hotel Dare? I don't really know what this one's about, but it looks spooky and exactly the kind of thing that the Spud is into. Arlstein, Just Beyond. So this is like a sort of Goosebumpsy / Fear Street-y type one for kiddos. And Lumberjanes! We love the shit out of Lumberjanes. And this is like a special edition one. It's all rainbowy and weird. Okay, ones I got for me. First of all, I went to the library getting completely different books and ended up with this one. I did not mean to get this one. I've literally never heard of this one, but it was just randomly on like one of those things. As you come out of the elevator, there's like a shelf thing there of like hot books or whatever. And this one was there and I was like, that's weird. Turns out it's this girl, this June Allison Gibbons. Do you know this girl? She's a twin. She and her sister are like the Silent Twins or something. They made a movie about them and they think they're from like Newport or something in Wales, where they don't talk. And they were like in this psychiatric ward thing for ages. Like, their story is intense. And apparently one of them wrote a book. It's The Pepsi Cola Addict, and it's about more than just a literary curiosity. This tale of a teenager whose passion for a world-famous cola drink threatens to ruin his life is the uniquely vivid expression of a young woman trying to make sense of the confusing, often brutal world in which she found herself. What? That's already blown my mind. I haven't even read it yet. I hope it's amazing and doesn't suck. Next is Ben Aronovich, What Abigail Did That Summer. So I read one of these Rivers of London novellas for Shorty September. And this apparently was the one that goes before it. So I was like a bit confused about that one. This one comes before, but I'll read this one and catch myself up. What are you doing, Maisie? Nettle and Bone by T. Kingfisher. So I'm falling in love with T. Kingfisher lately. I read 2 of her books in Shorty September and I've read one beforehand. And I love her. And I think this is actually her most famous one, or like her most loved one, called Nettle and Bone. Goliath by Tim Gold. This is a very weird, very simple sort of graphic novel that I saw on NPR ages ago, like the NPR book concierge thing, wrap up for the year. And I put it on my list of books that I wanted to read and then never thought of it again until I found it just now. V.E. Schwab, Gallant. I love V.E. Schwab or Victoria Schwab or whatever. I had like the one, like the villain series she does, or like the one where they go into like a separate magical world or whatever, like dig the crap out of those. So this one's called Gallant. I think it's about a magical school or something. Love a magical school. Okay, this one, Nicola Sperado Cruz. I wanted to read this one ages ago and then forgot about it and just randomly saw it. This one is translated from Spanish. And I think it's like a guy that's like in a gang or whatever, wants to get out of the gang, like a drug cartel sort of thing. I think I also saw this one on NPR Book Concierge ages ago and didn't do anything about it. Last one, okay. Galatia by Madeline Miller. I love Madeline Miller. I read her other one, like her most sort of famous one. I really liked it, and this one's really short. And loads of people in Shorty September were like, oh, you should read this. I read it for Shorty September and it's delightful. So I've got it now. Okay, like I think that's it. We're done. The end of Shorty September. Thank you for hanging out with me all month. This has been brilliant. It's been amazing. Thank you so much for sort of joining in or just sort of watching me and sort of like commenting and just hanging out with me for this month. Like I really, like I know I say this all the time just randomly, like oh my god I love booktube so much, but like I really love booktube. I'm like people on booktube, like the booktube community, man, my booktube friends. Like I'm gonna get emotional. Like this was brilliant. I really love this. Like thank you Siân and Bert as well for like hosting it and then asking me to like host this, because you know I love it. You know I love that shit. Also again, everyone, like some of you have commented like every day and that's been friggin' brilliant. Or just like even if you commented once, like gave me a book that, you know, you think I should read and I've put it on my list, like that's gonna live on. I'm gonna read that book. I'm gonna think of you. Thank you so much. I know I've fallen behind on my comments now, but like only the last stretch, only the very end. I think it was only like the last day or two. I've finally fallen apart a bit and fallen behind on comments, but I'm gonna try to blitz those today or tomorrow and get through them. So if you have anything to say at all about how your Shorty September went, about how anything is going at all, how's your weather, you know, what are you reading, like literally anything, please let me know. I love having comments and like chatting with everyone, and I will definitely get to that, and when I do get to it, it's gonna be amazing. Okay, also I sort of said at the beginning of this I was gonna do a vlog a day for Shorty September, a book a day, vlog a day, and then I was just gonna go dark until Christmas. Like Vlogmas I'm definitely doing for the 1st of December, back here for Vlogmas. But potentially for the next 2 months, for all of October, for all of November, I may just go dark. I don't know how I feel about it just yet or what's going to come up or whatever. Maybe I'll do like a video or two in that time. Do you know what I mean? If I'm like feeling it. But I think just to sort of rest and relax and sort of get ready for Vlogmas, I'm going to give myself the opportunity to go completely dark. Do you know what I mean? But if you want to chat or anything, I'm like 100% up for that. Like I'll put my Instagram below. You can sort of message me and we'll chat still anyway, because I never want to go dark on that. I always love that. Okay, I have to go now and pick up my mom from the airport so that we can run this half marathon on Sunday. Like, as well, if you follow my Instagram, like maybe I'll give you an update as to how badly that has gone. My friend said that they have like a sweeper bus where like if 4.5 hours goes by, they go around with like a bus and just like pick up the rest of the people who haven't finished yet. And like I think my new goal unlocked, is just not to be on the sweeper bus. Like I think if the sweeper bus is coming, it looks like we're about to be swept up by the bus, we might just like jump into the bushes and go to the pub, because dear god I don't want to be on the sweeper bus. But anyway, thanks again. I love you all. Thank you so much. This was brilliant. And I'll see you maybe soon. Maybe at Christmas. Okay.